Hello everyone, my name is Rysick and welcome to A Moment Remembered. This is my Vintage Story Let's Play. Vintage Story is a very cute little block game. Similar to Minecraft, but also just very different. Um, I changed a couple world settings, the most notable of which was 30 days in a month. I just prefer the play like that. So we'll go ahead and get into the world and see what we get. First thing you see when you get in the vintage store world, any vintage store world, which this guy's kind of interesting looking, is the character customization screen. Now, I have a character I like to play whenever I'm playing vintage story. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those settings on, and then I'll show you once I'm done. Here's my character. This is just usually what I go with. He looks similar to me if my hair is up. Let's go on to the classes. Commoner doesn't have any positive or negative traits, and that's what we're going to be playing. And Hunter and Malefactor and all these guys, they all have different things they can do, traits-wise. And they also have specific recipes. I have that off. So none of these guys actually have any exclusive recipes for me. I'm just going to go for Commoner. This is what I prefer to do. No positive or negative traits. So, oh wow. Okay, so first thing, we spawned at a cave, which has a gear in it. So I'll be taking that. Oh, that was scary. And we also spawned in an area with granite, which is nice. It's preferred for me. I'm scared that the blocks are gonna fall because blocks can actually collapse on the specific settings that I have on. That is a setting you can turn on, but I don't recommend it for most people. I just thought it would be interesting. Now, on the ground here, we actually have some copper, but we'll get to that much later on. But for now, we will put a waypoint on it by pressing M and making a waypoint. And these are actually ruins. Now, 1.19.0 release candidate 6, which is what version I'm on. These are actually different than they were before. Ooh, gotta watch where you're going. So we may actually pick up a couple of these stones and then come over and excavate these a little later on. Now the cool thing about these ruins is that they have these cracked vessels, which if you break into them, got some neat little goodies. So that was a foraging one. These are shovels, and that was a tool one. There's actually more in here, I'm pretty sure, somewhere. But there's actually more underneath here. These traders are here. This is a trader caravan. This is a building materials trader. So he'll buy all these items over here and sell these items over here. So we actually have one gear, which I don't think any of this stuff is worth one gear, but gears are actually the currency, and we'll get to that later on as well. So we will mark this guy. We'll do a color that stands out, so we'll do like that. We need flint, and you'll actually see the flint on the ground. Pick up some stones and flint and all sorts of stuff, because in Vintage Story, you can't just go up to a tree and punch it down. You have to make a flint axe. Finding these shovels was quite nice, though, so we don't have to make those. we'll go around and pick up some stones, and we'll need sticks as well. So we actually need a more forested area. Oh, there's another ruin here as well. And we'll see the ruins once we come back. It sounds like there's a thunderstorm too. Not sure where. There is one. There's some spelt. We really need these sticks. And you can actually get sticks by breaking these little bushes. We have plenty of sticks actually. So we need an axe, we need a knife. We need a couple spears as well. Now what I'm doing here is called knapping, and it's slapping the rocks together in precise locations in order to make a tool. So I just made a knife, which that is the first tool you should get, because you need it to increase your inventory space. So we need to pick up some of these cattails. We'll put this shovel over here, just so I'm not, you know, losing it. We need more inventory space, which is what these cattails are used for. The item we're going to be making with these cattails is known as a basket, a hand basket. So basically, we're just weaving the cattails into a basket. But as you can see, I only have a hotbar, no inventory spaces. So I need to do this crafting recipe, which you'll see it actually takes two. One doesn't work. You need two in each slot, and that makes a hand basket, and that gives you 3 slots, as it says here. So another vessel, forge vessel. Nice. And here we have some fire clay. We need to mark that as well. We'll do a more reddish color, and we'll do fire clay. And we'll do that. Maybe edit that. It's gonna be hard to see on the map. There we go. We'll just do that color for fire clay. We'll need that a little later. And there's more over here. Okay. So what I need to do is get some more cattails and get some inventory space, and then I can go finish those tools. So I'll be right back after I have a decent amount of cattails. I'm unable to find the tools. I can't exactly remember where I put the tool. Oh, there we go. Found them. We're gonna go ahead and continue to knap these. I went ahead and collected some more cattails. This is not nearly enough, but I got enough to make my hand baskets. So I have the full inventory slots that are available to us at this moment. This is an axe, I believe. Boom, another spear over here. Okay, go ahead and make all the tools. that and that. We can keep the spears in our inventory because they'll actually autofill. I also took the liberty of, while I was walking over here, to grab some berries because we need food, and you don't have food, you obviously die. You just kick the bucket. So actually pick these up as well. Get the seeds out of these. These are turnips. And you can actually pick up these berry bushes. So that's some good early game food. Another thing you can do is actually, if you chop down one of these cattails, right? If you break this bottom part, you can break it again, and you'll get a cattail root. And this allows you to actually move the cattails, so you can grow them at your base rather than having to go around and look for them. I will do that eventually, but for now, it'll be okay just to leave them here, and I can come back. Oh, okay, that was very loud. That was scary. We actually need to head back over that way. This is flax. I'm out of inventory space, so we'll drop that. More flax. Now, the fully grown flax will give you seeds, I believe, every time. But these are onions. But if you break the smaller ones, it's a smaller chance to... We'll just get a, oh, that was dumb of me. I don't know why I did that. We'll go ahead and drop the cattail roots because we don't really need them right now. Need to get these berries. Need food. Now, the next thing we need to be thinking about here soon is, shelter. You don't want to get caught out at night in this game. There are monsters known as drifters in Vintage Story. They'll throw rocks at you, and you'll see them a little later on. We need to... Very common rain in this area. We need to get out of this area and actually head towards... I believe the other side of that mountain has... Potentially will have something better for us, weather-wise, because we don't really want to be over here. Very common rainfall. It's not good. It's very loud. Common is fine. But we want an area that's a little safer. And on the way over there, we'll go ahead and use the rest of this knife to get some more grass, because we're going to need it. Chop this up. And you can only get it by using a knife. If you break the grass with your hand, it just gets rid of it. But if you use a knife, you'll cut it and it'll grow back. So that's quite nice. Go ahead and break this knife. We'll need to make another one anyway, but it's nice to have a bunch of grass. Yep, there we go. Okay, that's broken. Now, I want an area with some easy to get to trees, because one thing is I have the block gravity on for soil and sand and other stuff. So it's gonna be, ooh, that's really cool. That's really cool. I'm settling here, I think. I have to with that cool looking cave. That's awesome. What is this? Quartz. There's quartz down here. But we need grass. We need the grass to make a bed and to start a fire and all sorts of stuff. But we will head over this way towards this forest. There's more quartz here. Go ahead and mark this too. Keep losing my train of thought. I keep running into things. Now, I believe back towards the trader, there was actually some peat as well, which we'll need here soon. Butterfly. I thought that was something else. Still very common rainfall. I want to move... There, that's a wolf pup, which means there's an adult wolf nearby. I just need some... This is common rainfall area. This is good. This is a good area. And this is... What is this? Rye. We'll actually come back to this. We got the forest here. Very small forest, but it's a forest. And we can replant the trees. So we need a little area set up. And I think down here in this valley... What the... Oh, I'm dying of starvation. Down here in this valley would be a very good place to set up. It's close to the forest and close to that cool cave over there. And we got some water sources nearby, and it's not so flat. I mean, it's flat enough to build a shelter, but not so flat to where it's just boring. So we will go ahead and make a reed chest, which is really just a basket. We'll set that here. And we'll go ahead and make some thatch. To make a bed. And we will set some grass on the ground. And dump all these seeds and stuff into this. Now, eventually we'll set up a nicer shelter, but we need to get something up quick. Otherwise, the monsters of the night are gonna come get us. The drifters. And we don't want that. So we'll go ahead and chop down this tree, which you'll notice is taking us a very large amount of time to chop down. And that's because once I finish chopping this, it'll chop down the whole tree. Now, it won't drop a ton of seeds and stuff. So what you'll want to do before you chop down most of the trees in this game, in order to get more leaves and stuff, or more sticks and seeds, you'll want to break the leaves themselves yourself, and there's actually a tool later on that'll help you with that. So we will... There's a wolf. We'll get... a very small shelter up and running. We'll do... Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. We just need something with some walls so that when we're cowering in the night, we don't have drifters smacking us. And we may want to actually put up a little bit more of a wall here. Just so if they're on that hill, they can't throw rocks down at us. So we'll actually put a roof on. Well, maybe. Didn't grab nearly enough dirt, so we'll chop down another tree real quick. Now with this wood, we're going to turn this into firewood by taking the axe and putting it in the crafting table like that, and that'll make firewood. What you can actually do with firewood is, rather than it taking up all your chest space, you can put it out here like this, and with this firewood, we'll put it in here. Heard something. And we will get this fire started. That was quicker than usual. That's nice. Get some more dirt so I can block up the door. And once it gets a little darker, we will sleep through the night. We'll be back in the morning. All right, so I slept through the night, but we got one problem. It's still dark. We're gonna make about 8 torches here. We're gonna light those up. We need to put more firewood in there, just so I can keep the fire going. And we'll keep 1 torch in the offhand, and then we'll keep the others separate so that it doesn't actually, when we go in water, it won't put the stack out. And that's a little fact I learned from a lovely YouTuber known as Kurazar. Looks like dawn is approaching, so we will hurry up and let those cook up. Now torches, I believe, as long as you're holding them, will not go out, but once you place them down, they last for about 2 days. But there are much better and more permanent light sources available later on. Next, for progression, we actually need, firstly, we need some more cattails over here in our area. And we also need to head back towards that fire clay and maybe potentially find the other form of clay. There's 2 types of clay in this game. One's fire clay, as we've already seen, and the other is blue clay. Now, you need fire clay for specific things, and you also need blue clay for specific things, so it's good to have both. So we need to find blue clay. We've already found the fire clay. All the way up here. Or, where was it? Yeah, it's all the way up here, along with the onions. So hopefully we find some a little closer, some clay a little closer. And our gear is actually spinning backwards in this area that we were in. So that's not good. There's some copper here. Go ahead and put that there. Man, those mountains are awesome. We're heading further south, and it may be smart to go either west or east. Looks like east, there's a bunch of water. So maybe we'll head back up north and head up into this area and see if there's anything of use. All right. And we're back because I found something a little interesting. This little structure here is actually a ruin. In these you can find all sorts of stuff. Chalkstone, and these are bandages. We'll actually throw away these maple seeds because we don't really need those. But through here, through these ruins, these massive ruins. Because this is all brand new, I'm pretty sure. There's a table down here. Oh, it's a little hard to get through here. Looks like there's some stuff back there. What's back there? What's that? Small crate of rot. Now what we'll probably do is come back to this once I have more inventory space. But it could be cool to look through here and see if there's any interesting loot. That's brown coal. That's very useful for later on. We got food vessel. We'll drop the dirt. We don't need the dirt. Rice grain. That's a nice find. And I'm just looking at the the basic vessels. Go ahead and throw that away. And we'll throw that knife away and get this new one. Because there are vessels that are under... What is this? Any other... Ooh, that's black coal. Yeah, black coal. There are some neat goodies you can get from these places. I have no idea where any of them are, honestly. Placed down a torch on accident. There's gotta be a way to get in here. This is a forage vessel. Plenty of sticks, and that's blue clay. Now, that's one way to get it, but we still need to find more like suitable way of getting the clay through a deposit. So for now, we will mark this ruin on our map. I like to put things in caps. It's just easier to read that way. And then we will continue, even though we have peat right here as well. It's another useful thing. But we still need to find this blue clay, so I will get back to you once I find some of that. Or if I can't, I'll come back and say that. Alright, I am back, and I actually found another trader, and right next to it, wouldn't you know, blue clay. So we're gonna go ahead and check out this trader. This is a furniture trader. He's selling doors and crates and chests. That's kind of nice. You could get an early game set of chests from this guy if I find another gear, which there may be some in that ruin. So now we have this clay, and we'll actually go ahead and eat this rice grain. We'll eat the berries first, I guess. And then we'll eat the rice grain as well, so we have a little bit more space to work with. So I can dig up this clay. And then I'll be back at the base. Alright, so I took the liberty of collecting a few materials as well as the clay. So I got about 3 stacks of blue clay. I went ahead and planted the cattails, planted some cattails just so we have some around here growing. I also collected some firewood, quite a bit. It's even taller than our really awful shelter. But now I'm going to show you what you can do with clay. So if you take the clay and you shift right click on the ground, you can form all sorts of things. So we're going to make a bunch of these different things. So here's some cooking pots. As you can see on the just above, it says add clay and remove clay. So I can left click here and it'll remove the clay. And if I press F while I'm clay forming, I can place clay like this. And it'll use a little bit. You can see the voxels up at the top. And this is a very time-consuming process, especially if you're making a bunch of different things. But it's nice because there's a little tool you can do if you have repeated layers, and I'll show you that here in a sec. This is how slow it is to Clayform, and you saw how many different things there were. Oh, I also planted our berries. Get this done real quick. And these are nowhere near done right now. I hear a wolf. That is not comforting. I click the duplicate layer area. Ooh, okay, that's seizure warning there. But you could just duplicate the layer like this. And it's less work. Oh my god. Oh. Then we place these. Now, I made a mistake when placing this. You don't really need 4 of these items that I just made. You really only need 1. So I just wasted 24 clay there. But I'm going to form up a few more items, and then we will get them set up in pit kilns, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, well, that took way longer than I expected, and took way more clay than I expected, so, we will actually get into what you can do with these molds and these raw objects later, getting into pit kilns in the next episode. And I'll try to touch on food and maybe get a better house set up next episode. So, anyways, I'm Rysik, and thanks for watching.